And good Thursday morning to you, meteorologist Joey Sovine here at the Live 5 Alert Desk with an update of your weather here as we get started and headed out the door on our Thursday. Biggest story that we have for you going forward is that we have first alert weather day in effect for tomorrow. Now, it will not be a repeat. Just want to start out there with what we have back on Tuesday. Not all storms are coming the same shape or form or kind of effects that we will see. This will be a less reaching storm system, but in a couple spots we could have some strong to severe storms late tomorrow, and that's why we've gone ahead with the first alert weather day. Take a look outside though this morning, and you can see that we have a beautiful start to our day. Some mid and high level clouds moving in, but making for a beautiful sunrise. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s to begin today. Will be a chilly morning. Coats first thing by this afternoon. Light jacket at the most, about 60 degrees with a partly cloudy sky. Where's our storm that we're watching? Well, it's way back here in the Four Corners region. In fact, not even there yet. Back across southern sections of California, coming through Las Vegas this morning with some mountain snows and some rain. And that storm system, once it taps into moisture from the Gulf of Mexico late today into tonight, you'll see the development of some thunderstorms as we take a look back towards Texas overnight. And on the northern side, the big story will be a major winter storm that develops and takes shape, stretching up from St. Louis up into the Chicago region, the Great Lakes. So the parent storm system, an area of low pressure, tracks in that direction tomorrow. So the storm track fairly similar to the one before it, way off to our north and west. And what that does is allows warm, humid air to come in from the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic relative to the time of the season, of course. And with some colder air aloft, those are the ingredients for these thunderstorms. I know it's pretty rare for January, but nonetheless, that's what we have on tap for you for tomorrow. So kind of a March-ish setup for tomorrow, and was back earlier this week as well. That's why we've had the severe weather. So scattered storms going to come through the southeast and roll through here tomorrow. Not everybody. There may be some spots that don't get any rain tomorrow, so that's much different than the previous storm. Also, the wind's going to be much lesser outside of those storms. It was so windy out there with that storm on Tuesday. This one will still have some breezier conditions in the afternoon, some gusty winds Friday night and Friday evening, but nothing compared to the previous storm. So I think tomorrow we start out dry. By lunchtime, we'll start to see a few scattered showers, and through the afternoon, scattered rain along with isolated thunderstorms is going to be a possibility. There's not a huge window for storms to develop, but we know if any do get going that we could see some very gusty winds, and there's enough spinning in the atmosphere that there could be one or two rotating storms. So isolated tornadoes are going to be a possibility somewhere between Georgia and North Carolina, although we do not expect them to be terribly widespread. But you can see an enhanced risk of 1 out of 5. We're at a 3 for tomorrow for inland areas. Coastal areas, a little bit more stability there, so the threat is a little bit lower. You can see how the winds do pick up a little bit. Wind gusts between the morning and the afternoon picking up maybe 20 to 30 miles per hour in the second half of the day. Then as we get in the evening, we start to see the wind gusts maybe exceed 30 up to about 40 in some peak locations. And then they start to die down a little bit overnight, but breezy conditions will continue into Saturday before the wind dies down on Sunday. So as far as the severe weather risk, what we're talking about with this storm, we have the possibility of some strong winds. We're at the top end of the scale, just to give you some perspective. On Tuesday, a lower risk today. On Tuesday, the risk of tornadoes was a little bit higher, still there, but fairly low. Coastal flooding, minor coastal flooding possible with high tide early Friday morning, tomorrow morning. Not a big deal out there. I don't think it'll be too impactful on streets. And then flooding risk, we had that really low. And here's the reason why we've taken that all the way down to none, because once again, some of you may not get any rain. And in the spots that get rain, generally a 1/4 of an inch or less. So this isn't going to be a huge storm that produces a ton of rain and a ton of wind. These are going to be afternoon and evening scattered rain. If you get rain, it'll pass through really quickly, maybe an isolated storm passing through very quickly. And those storms just have the potential of being a little stronger. So that's why we have that first alert weather day in effect for tomorrow. So overall, if you had to look at a scale, and Tuesday's storm was maybe a 10 out of 10. This storm's more like a 3 or a 4 out of 10, but still high enough and still unusual enough in Friday that just want to make you aware of that, give you first alert. And then Saturday, Sunday, cooling down. There will be a storm system on Monday and Tuesday, but we're trending away from the storm track being well to our west and trending toward a track more toward us, which is going to allow cooler air to move in. So that's going to essentially shut off the potential for strong storms and bring in just more general showers, perhaps MLK Day Monday, Tuesday of next week. And then after that, there's some signs that the coldest air of the season could head our way starting on Wednesday into Thursday. So we'll keep you updated on that. And always changing this time of the year, ups and downs and storms in and out, and certainly a very impactful storm a couple of days ago. Once again, we expect some impacts tomorrow, but not to the degree that we just had. That's a look at your forecast from right here at the Live 5 Alert Desk. Keep updated on our Live 5 First Alert weather app, on air, online. More information more often as we track this First Alert weather day on the way forward tomorrow.